Hello everyone, I am not dressed as a cat for no apparent reason. Today I'm going to be doing the Halloween book tag. Obviously Halloween is coming up, so I thought this might be a little fun video to do for you guys on a Friday. Hopefully if you guys want to do it too, then please feel free to. So I'm going to get right on into the tag. The first question is carving pumpkins. What book would you like to carve up and set on fire? And if you've been watching me for any length of time, you will know really there are only two series of books that I've read that I really cannot stand. One of those is Twilight and the other one is 50 Shades of Grey. I have only read the first book in both of those series because I could not bring myself to continue either series, and I don't know if I would feel good about carving them up and setting them on fire because they are still books at the end of the day, but maybe in some sort of fit of rage I could be persuaded to carve either of those books up and set them on fire. The next question is a trick or treat. Pick a character who is a treat and pick a character who is a trick. So for the treat character, I am going to pick Tyrion Lannister because he is just such a treat of a character. I love him very, very much. His story actually differs between the books of the Song of Ice and Fire series and the show Game of Thrones, but I do actually both love both of his story arcs. So yeah, he's just an amazing character. He's so adorable. He is the little light in the Lannister family because, let's face it, pretty much the whole of the rest of the Lannisters are terrible people, and he is just the little ray of sunshine, and I really, really love him, and I really want things to work out for him in the end. For the trick character, I am going to pick Dolores Umbridge in, of course, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, because she looks lovely and sweet and innocent on the outside, but we all know what a terrible, evil person she is on the inside. So therefore, I think she is the ultimate trick character. The next question is sweets. Pick a book that is really, really sweet, and this is a book that I read really, really recently, and it is Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven. I have mentioned this in a couple of my other videos, and I will be talking about it more, of course, in my book haul and my wrap-up for this month, but this book is so, so sweet. I loved it so much. As I said, I will talk about it more in some videos next week, but I really, really loved it. It was so sweet and so lovely. Yeah, definitely a really sweet book. The next question is, which character would you like to visit you as a ghost? And for this, maybe Harry Potter spoilers, but I do kind of feel like maybe I can spoil Harry Potter a little bit. The two characters that I would really love to visit me as a ghost are Professor Lupin and Fred Weasley. But pretty much actually anybody who died in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows I would love to visit me as a ghost, because I think we lost some great people in that book and I would love to, of course, meet them. So yeah. The next question is costume. Which character would you like to be for a day? And for this I'm going to say Feyre from the Court series by Sarah J Maas, pretty much because of Rhysand. Just to be in a kind of romantic situation with Rhysand would just be amazing, just for a day. I'm not a massive fan of Feyre, to be honest, as a person, but if I was her, then I would get to do some pretty cool stuff, and of course Rhysand would be my boyfriend, which would be amazing, wouldn't it? So yeah, definitely Feyre. The next question is, witches and wizards, your favourite Harry Potter moment? Okay, so as a Harry Potter fan, obviously that question is absolutely ridiculous. So of course I have multiple answers for this question. One of them being Hermione and Draco when Hermione smacked Draco. In the books and the films, absolutely love it. Of course, there are other moments in the Harry Potter films that I love. I love Ron's return in the Deathly Hallows when he runs away and then he comes back and he shows his true loyalty and it's amazing and everyone's really happy again. Love that moment. Of course, I love Have a Biscuit, Potter. McGonagall says it in Order of the Phoenix, a lovely, funny little interlude. Of course, I love Molly defending Ginny in the Battle of Hogwarts. Love that too. I also love Lupin and Sirius's reunion in Prisoner of Azkaban. There are so many favourite Harry Potter moments. I couldn't possibly pick one, so I've just listed a bunch of them there. And of course there are a ton more others that I could have chosen. The last question is blood and gore. Pick a book that was so creepy or so horrible that you had to take a break from it. And for this, I'm going to say Dracula by Bram Stoker. I read this a couple of Halloweens ago and I was so disturbed by it. There is some very graphic descriptions of Victorian blood transfusions in this, and it just made my skin crawl and it made me feel sick, and I had to put it down. It was just so icky. And I read a lot of horror and I watch a lot of you know, horror films, and I do tend to submerge myself in quite violent visual things, but this really got me and I really just didn't like it and I had to put it down. It was an amazing book overall, obviously it's a classic, and I did really enjoy it, but there were certain parts of it where I just kind of felt, okay, this is a little bit too much for me. And also when I read American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis, oh my god, that book is so disgusting, and I know now that I can never watch the film because I think it will probably be like 100,000 times worse than how I imagined it in my head. And of course, the creepiest book that I have ever read is Pet Sematary by Stephen King, and I didn't actually have to take a break from it, but it was the kind of book that really stayed with me after I'd finished it for quite a long time, and it's terrifying. It's really terrifying, and I know I've talked about how scary it is in the past. It is the scariest book I've ever read, so therefore I do mention it again and again and again. But yeah, if we're talking about creepy books, I couldn't make a video and not mention this one. So yeah, and that is it for the Halloween book tag. Do you think you might want to do it? Feel free to if you do want to. I will leave all my social media in the description down below so we can chat. Let me know what you're doing for Halloween. I do hope you have an awesome time, whatever you're doing. I hope you have an amazing day today, and I will see you very soon for another video. Bye bye.